With me is the Israeli Consul General to Mumbai. We know the relationship is something that has seen a lot of activity, a lot of engagement. The Indian Prime Minister and the new Israeli Prime Minister met in Glasgow on the sidelines of COP26. But talking about this relationship, so welcome to WION. My first question to you is, how do you see this relationship going forward?
First of all, shalom, namaste. The relation between India and Israel is extremely good. We are so happy. I was here first time in India in 1992. I saw a completely different relations. And right now, Israel and India and Israel, they are a growing partnership, working together. There is a very good love between the two states and the most important, between the two people. Then I think that we are in the process of continuing to strengthen the relations. We are celebrating next year in January 2022, 30 years of full diplomatic relations. And I saw the progress during that time, and I saw a tremendous work and connections between businessmen, between tourists, between cultures, and I'm very, very happy for that.
Mm-hmm. So you came here in 1992. That was a pivotal year for India-Israel relationship, formal establishment of relationship, and today this relationship is being celebrated a lot. So how has the progress been, the momentum been in the relationship?
I have to say, without enter to a political question, I think since Prime Minister Modi has come into power, and as Chief Minister of Gujarat as well, the connection between Israel and India became stronger and stronger. Of course, when he became a Prime Minister, and now former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that was here, and of course Prime Minister Modi was in Israel, it gave a great boost to the relations in every field, in culture field, in economy fields. We have 29 and right now on the process of 40 centers of excellence throughout India, all over India. Only in Maharashtra we have 3 centers of excellences promoting cooperation and coordination between India and Israel in the agriculture field. We would like to enlarge the cooperation in any field that we can, and I hope that maybe next year we will have a common film between Israel and India in Bollywood, which I like Indian films very much.
Mm-hmm. So you're Consul General here in Mumbai. Mumbai is the financial center. It's the financial capital of India. How can trading relationship between the two countries, India and Israel, can be increased?
I have to say, as part of my answer, is that I think that India did a quite great job in economy during the pandemic. And I think Israel as well. I saw the ability of India to vaccinate most of their population. It's amazing to feed or to give water and work for 1 billion, more than 1.4 billion people in India. It's not an easy task. Then the cooperation between states. You have a great industry. Israel has a lot of innovation. I think that the cooperation between India as a power of production, I think 6th in the world, and I hope that she will be 5th in the world. She's not far away from that, and according to my view, I think that the idea of making India will bring India to the 5th place. Then the production of India, along with the Israeli innovation, can bring a very good hope and a very good prosperity, not only to the two states, to the whole world.
Mm-hmm. So there is talks of an FTA between India and Israel. If you can give us perhaps little details, or perhaps what will be the use of this FTA in the trading relationship of the two countries?
First of all, we haven't signed yet the FTA, and we hope to sign it very soon. I hope that during maybe the visit of the Prime Minister, our Prime Minister Naftali Bennett in India, or other occasions, we will sign this FTA. It's extremely important for both countries. FTA give a boost to economy, and I think that in such case, it will bring a lot of prosperity to the whole region. We should think about one more country which is extremely important for us, and I think that together we can do something to enlarge even the FTA. It's the United Arab Emirates. We have signed a peace agreement, Abraham Accords, with the United Arab Emirates, and this line between India, the United Arab Emirates, and Israel, and of course United States in this straight line, can bring a tremendous prosperity, not only to our states, to the whole region, and maybe for the world. I have to add one thing which is concerning India. I know I'm visiting so many places, and I meet many people. You have a fantastic industry. And I'm always sad that, in the vaccination that everybody right now in my body, and I assume that in most of the bodies right now in the world, there is liquid. So many Indian brains and Israeli brains inside this liquid, see-through color liquid that we are actually get. And I think that this symbolizes that the idea of the connection between the states can bring prosperity to most of the world.
So you mentioned about UAE, India, UAE, Israel, and of course US coming together as part of the West Asian Accord. How do you see this development? In fact, the in-person meeting is being planned in Dubai.
We saw it in a very happiness. I have to tell you, and I think that most of the people in Israel and in India think that this is a golden opportunity. And I think that we should do the utmost to connect people, to build up relations, to a little bit lower bureaucracy, in order to shift and to bring the economic ties between the three states into such a level that businessmen from all over the world, and of course from these three states, have an incentive to make business, because we have the capacity, the ability, we have the knowledge, we have the power of production. Then together we can do, the sky is the limit.
My last question to you, India, Israel, while geographically there is a difference, but there are a lot of commonality. There's a groundswell support for Israel here in India. If you can talk about the commonalities between the two countries.
It's a big lecture that I'm always speak about differences and similarities between Israel and India. I will start with the differences. Israel is not the size of India. Not in the population we are less than 10 million people. It's less than Mumbai, this beautiful city. The size of India is completely different. Some solution that happened or used in Israel cannot be used in India. But the similarity is amazing. We have an ancient cultures. We have a fantastic industry. We have a completely amazing young generation. And I think that even politically we have a lot of similarities. We are young brothers. You get your independence in August 48, and we are younger than you in 9 months. We in May 48. Then we are young by age, but very old by tradition and cultures. Then culture and tradition makes a lot of connection between the state. The second thing, let's see, we were under the British mandate, and also you were under the British Raj for many years. There is a lot of good, and some of that less good, but we both have actually split the country into two. And I'm not entering if it's a good or bad decision, yes or not, but that was the reality. Without India, without its culture, without its heritage, without its tradition, won't be the same India. And the same is Israel. We have to keep our tradition, and we have to keep our customs. And I think this is what makes both states extremely interesting.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to WION here in Mumbai. And maybe next time we'll have more interaction, more engagement. But already we have seen a lot of engagement happening between India and Israel, the EM visiting there. And of course, there is talks of the prime ministers visiting each other's country. So there you saw the CG, the Consul General here in Mumbai, speaking exclusively to WION about this relationship, a relationship that has seen a lot of engagement, which we have been talking about. With video journalist Kiran, Siddhant Sibal for WION in Mumbai, Maharashtra.